in recent years we've refurbished the interior of the blocks, and they've had new kitchens and new bathrooms, and to bring them up to the Poole standard, the sort of our equivalent of the decent home standard. And this was following on from that to do the external fabric of the building.
The project in total cost us 7.5 million, and we were successful in obtaining grants from ECO, from the Energy Savings Trust and from Green Deal.
Well, before we carried out any of this refurbishment, the building was in dire need of a facelift, really. It was quite run down, and we had penetrating damp and condensation issues.
The main objectives for the project were to increase the energy efficiency of the building, to eliminate the cold bridging issues that we had with the concrete frame, to make the properties watertight, because we had some problems with the roof leaking and the external wall insulation leaking as well.
With the architecture, one of the things that we wanted to do is to break up the squareness of the building, which is somewhat featureless before. So on the roofline we wanted to triangulate it, we wanted to make it a more interesting shape, and of course it's also functional because on top of all of those triangles up on the roof are solar PV panels which help to run all the services in the building and reduce costs to residents.
We were concentrating a lot on the energy efficiency of the building, so we increased the levels of external wall insulation. We upgraded the double glazing to A-rated windows. We increased the roof insulation, and we installed balconies on, which again increased the energy efficiency of the building.
One of the objectives was to give the residents a usable space, and it's increased the floor space of the flats by between 14 and 17%, and that's quite significant. Sterte Court is looking over Hulls Bay, and it's a site of special scientific interest, and it's a fabulous, beautiful place, and the residents can really enjoy those sort of views now. So it's improved the architecture, and it's really improved the livability of the flats for the residents.
The residents have been involved through every stage of the project, right from the inception. For example, with the appearance of the buildings, the colours were consulted with residents, and they chose the ones that they liked best. And that's really helped to make the buildings individual, and so the residents also take ownership and have had a part in the project. Also, for example, with the landscaping, we consulted on the things that they'd like to see included and where on the site is going to be best. For example, the play area and the raised beds.
This was a building contract, but out of the building contract has come a strong community, and a much stronger community than we had here before in Sterte Court, and we're delighted about that. That really is, in a nutshell, what PHP is about.
The residents started meeting regularly in the cabins and formed their own community group, and out of that sprung the garden project, and hopefully more will grow out of that as well.
This was a fantastic project to work on. I really enjoyed it. It was a great team effort. We all sort of worked together on this, and that includes the residents as well. Right from the very start, we involved the residents, getting them involved in the design, and it's great to see a project that reflects very much what the residents were asking for as well.
We hope that these blocks will now last for a good 30 years. But while we were doing that, we wanted it to be transformational. We wanted it to make a huge difference, not just to the residents, but particularly to the residents of Sterte Court, but also to the town, because these blocks are really important landmarks on one of the entries to Poole. So it was a very, very important piece of work that we were undertaking.